Carl. I'm Carl. Today I'm at Beaver Creek, Colorado. Beaver Creek is a beautiful and famous ski resort in the Colorado Rockies. If you're coming from Denver, it's about a 2 to 2.5 hour drive depending on weather and traffic. It's just 20 minutes past Vail in the beautiful town of Avon, Colorado. Vail owns Beaver Creek, so it's on the Epic Pass. I'd always heard of Beaver Creek as a more laid-back alternative to Vail. It's true. Although it's definitely still upscale, it's got a quieter vibe and generally smaller crowds. I was here on a Saturday in March, and lift lines really weren't that bad. In the morning, it even felt like I had some areas all to myself. Beaver Creek has a base elevation of 8,100 feet and a vertical rise of 3,340 feet, taking you to the peak at 11,440 feet. It has 2,082 skiable acres with 19% beginner terrain, 43% intermediate, and 38% advanced and expert terrain. Beaver Creek is known for being meticulous with grooming. It's not the best place if you're looking to find backcountry skiing. If you want that, go to Vail. But it does have some awesome advanced terrain all the same, and it has some other unique features I really haven't seen before. For example, they have an entirely green bowl, a bowl for beginners. I've never seen that. I started my day by parking at the base of Bachelor Gulch Mountain and took the lower Beaver Creek Mountain Express lift to start my day. I'm not sure if this was the best idea, honestly. In hindsight, it might have been better to park closer to the main village and start my day off at the Centennial Express. That probably would have made leaving the mountain a little easier. But parking happened to be free that day. I think it's usually between $10 and $35, depending on whether you park in a surface lot or a garage. And they do provide free shuttle buses to the different base areas. From the base of Bachelor Gulch, I made a beeline to what was probably my favorite part of the resort, Grouse Mountain. It's basically an entire 1,800-foot mountain with only advanced and expert terrain, just nestled in between Beaver Creek's other peaks. I could have spent all day here. Although I can't promise this, I was told by a local that it usually doesn't get too much traffic either. I was there for about an hour in the morning and saw maybe 10 people. It was like having an entire East Coast-sized ski resort all to myself. After Grouse Mountain, I took the Birds of Prey lift and then the Red Buffalo Express lift to get to the summit of Beaver Creek Mountain. Interestingly, the majority of the family area and just the main green terrain area is up at the summit. That's another unique feature of Beaver Creek. Usually beginners are relegated to the lower areas of the resort, but at Beaver Creek, they're at the top. From here, there were some very well-maintained terrain parks and the Red Buffalo Park, which Beaver Creek boasts as their 2-mile-high learning area. As far as beginner terrain is concerned, this was top-notch and completely separated from the advanced terrain, which is a huge benefit for less confident skiers. I explored the Red Buffalo area and the terrain parks, which gifted me my one spill of the day. And then headed to the Spruce Saddle Lodge for lunch. Spruce Saddle was beautiful. If you're new to my channel, I usually always review the chicken fingers at resorts. I feel like it gives a pretty standardized feel for the quality and priciness of the food. Plus, I love chicken fingers and fries. I knew Beaver Creek would be expensive, but even so, I was shocked by the $24.50 price tag. That puts Beaver Creek firmly in first place for most expensive chicken finger and fries of any resort I've been to, solidly above the second and third places on this leaderboard. Brighton's $20 and Park City's $19.75. I was at Vail 2 years ago, so maybe their prices have gone up too. I'm not sure. I got the Polish sausage instead, and it was delicious. All right, I'm about halfway through my day. Man, Beaver Creek is beautiful. Definitely up there in the top favorite mountains for me. Incredible wide open trails. Even the diamonds, a lot of them are just wide open. There's so much natural bumps all over the place, which is something I like. Interesting thing about this place is the greens, really the beginner trail, start at mid-mountain and go up. I mean, there's some at the base too, but that's unique, how the beginner terrain is at the top of the mountain. The trees here, all these wide open trails are intersected with trees, and when you get in there, a lot of times it's really beautifully spaced, and there's some fresh snow in there. Like, check this out. See up in here? Look at that fresh snow. It's a pretty cool part of the experience. All right, I'm going all the way skiers right over to Ripsaw, which is a windy black trail. I'm gonna take that back up and then head back towards Bachelor Base, and that's where I'm gonna end my day. On my way back to Bachelor Base, I decided to check out McCoy Park, that all-green bowl I mentioned in the beginning of the video. I'm so glad I made the extra trek over here. This was such a cool place and added to my growing feeling that Beaver Creek is one of the best places for beginner and intermediate skiers, based on its unique variety and situation of blue and green trails. McCoy Park is a little time-consuming to get to and to leave from, but it was worth it. After I left the bowl, I headed to the base of Bachelor Gulch, which, by the way, does not have a lodge. Instead, it has a Ritz-Carlton hotel that I popped my head into before taking the long, windy Leave the Beeve Trail back to the Bear parking lot to finish my day. All right, I'm off the mountain now. One thing to note when you park near Bachelor Gulch, there's no real base lodge. I'm currently in the Riverside Avon area, and it's kind of commercialized. There's a bunch of hotels, and there's supposed to be shops. I'm looking for a hat because the skiing here is incredible. It deserves a hat, but it's really hard to find, so might not happen. I was a little bit worried about finding the hat just because the chicken fingers were almost $25. But the skiing was so good. All right, I had to drive a little bit, but I found a Christie Sports. They have no licensed Beaver Creek stuff. I don't know if this is a hat resort. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for Beaver Creek. I gotta head back to the airport. The skiing here is absolutely amazing. Prices, I mean, if you don't care about that sort of thing, come on over to Beaver Creek. Even if there's a way to do this on a budget. It's on the Epic Pass. You can bring your own lunch if you don't want to spend $25 on chicken fingers. Maybe go to the Village or go to one of the mid-mountain lodges if you want a hat. Otherwise, this is an awesome place. Highly, highly, highly recommend skiing Beaver Creek, Colorado. Until next time, I'm Every Other Carl. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see ya.